The best vegetable for that thick mucus stuck in your throat is something a lot of folks don't know about. It helps break that phlegm up. It helps loosen it. It helps your body finally push it out instead of it sitting there all day. I talk about this vegetable with people who come to me coughing, clearing their throat, and feeling like something is stuck and they just can't get it up. They say it's worse in the morning. They say water doesn't help. They say it won't go away. So they start eating this vegetable more, and 2 weeks later they come back relieved. They say the phlegm is thinner. They say they can breathe easier. They say their throat feels clear again. That vegetable is onion. Onion helps calm irritation in your throat. It helps loosen thick mucus. It helps feed good gut bacteria, which helps your body stay less inflamed so your immune system works better. It helps your body clear things out the right way. And onion is just the start. There are three other vegetables that can really make a difference. Radishes act like a natural decongestant, helping to thin mucus so it doesn't linger in your throat. Chili peppers kickstart your sinuses and promote drainage, clearing out buildup you didn't even realize was there. And leafy greens aren't just for your heart, they support your liver and gut, helping your body handle inflammation that often leads to excess mucus. But here's the bigger picture. If you're over 60 and find yourself coughing up thick mucus every day, it's not just one of those things you have to live with. Morning mucus, throat clearing, and that feeling of phlegm stuck in your chest actually have specific treatable causes. For many older adults, it comes from things like aging sinuses, silent acid reflux, dry indoor air, certain medications, and nighttime habits that trigger mucus while you sleep. Most people try water, cough drops, or allergy meds, but that often doesn't work. In this video, we're going to break down why this happens and share natural ways to stop it, so you can breathe easier, clear your throat, and finally get relief without relying on meds. Here's what nobody tells you about that morning phlegm. It's not random. It's not just aging. There are 5 specific things working against you every single night, and once you know what they are, you can finally fight back. Reason number 1 is aging sinuses and lazy cilia. Inside your nose, you have tiny hairs called cilia. Think of them like little brooms that sweep mucus out of your sinuses all day long. But after 60, these brooms slow down. They get lazy. Instead of clearing mucus efficiently, they let it sit and thicken. Meanwhile, your sinus lining gets drier with age, so you've got thick mucus and slow sweepers. That's a recipe for buildup. While you sleep, gravity pulls this thick mucus down the back of your throat. By morning, it's sitting there like glue. You wake up feeling like you need to clear your throat for 20 minutes just to talk normally. Reason number 2 is silent reflux. This one shocks people. Your stomach acid is creeping up your throat at night, but you don't feel the burn. It's called silent reflux because there's no heartburn pain. But your throat feels it. When acid touches your throat tissue, your body creates mucus as a protective shield. All night long, your throat is making this protective mucus. By morning, you've got a throat full of it. This happens more after 60 because the valve between your stomach and throat gets weaker. It doesn't seal tight anymore, especially when you lie flat after eating dinner. Reason number 3 is the medication trap. Your blood pressure meds, diuretics, and antihistamines are drying you out from the inside. They're supposed to reduce fluid in your body. That's how they work. But they also dry out your mucous membranes. When your nose and throat get too dry, your body panics. It starts overproducing mucus to protect itself. But this emergency mucus is thick and sticky. It's like your body is making glue instead of the thin, clear mucus that flows easily. That's why drinking more water doesn't always help. The problem isn't dehydration. It's that your medications are forcing your body to make the wrong kind of mucus. Reason number 4 is dry indoor air. Your heating and air conditioning systems are moisture vacuums. They suck every bit of humidity out of your bedroom air. When you breathe this bone-dry air all night, your nose and throat tissues get parched. Your body tries to fix this by making more mucus, but again, it's the wrong kind. It's thick, sticky emergency mucus instead of the thin stuff that clears easily. This is worse in winter when heaters run constantly, and worse in summer when AC runs all night. Your bedroom becomes like a desert and your throat pays the price. Reason number 5 is the late night dinner mistake. Eating within 3 hours of bedtime sets you up for mucus trouble. Here's why. When you lie down with food still in your stomach, gravity works against you. Your stomach contents, including acid, can creep up toward your throat. Even if you don't feel heartburn, your throat gets irritated, and irritated throats make mucus. Plus, certain foods make this worse. Tomato sauce, chocolate, citrus, and spicy foods all increase acid production. Eat these at dinner, then lie down, and you're basically asking your throat to make mucus all night long. Now, here's the reality. Most people have two or three of these problems at once. Maybe you take blood pressure medication and sleep in dry air, or you eat dinner late and have aging sinuses. When these problems stack up, your mucus problem gets worse and worse. You try cough drops, throat sprays, and allergy pills. Nothing works because you're not addressing the real causes. But here's the good news. Once you know what's working against you, you can start fighting back, and that's where those vegetables come in. Now that you know what's working against you, let's talk about what fights back. These four vegetables don't just taste good. They're like having a mucus-clearing pharmacy in your kitchen. Let's go back to onion, the phlegm cutter. Onions contain something called quercetin. Think of quercetin like biological scissors that cut through thick mucus. It breaks down the proteins that make phlegm sticky and hard to clear. Onions also have sulfur compounds. These act like natural expectorants. They signal your body to thin out mucus and push it up and out instead of letting it sit in your throat. But here's what makes onions special for people over 60. They feed your good gut bacteria. When your gut is healthy, your whole body stays less inflamed. Less inflammation means your immune system isn't constantly on high alert making emergency mucus. Your body can make the right kind of mucus, the thin, clear kind that flows out easily instead of the thick, sticky kind that gets stuck. You don't need much. Half a raw onion diced into your salad works, or lightly saute a whole onion until it's soft but not brown. Raw gives you more quercetin. Cooked is easier on your stomach if raw onions bother you. Next up, radishes, your natural decongestant. Radishes have a compound called isothiocyanate. That's what gives them their spicy kick. This compound works like a natural decongestant. It stimulates your mucous membranes to flush out old, thick buildup. Think of it like this. Your sinuses and throat have been collecting thick mucus for weeks or months. It's like sludge sitting in your drainage pipes. Radishes come in and give everything a good flush. They thin out the old stuff and help your body push it out. Within days, people notice their morning throat clearing gets easier. The mucus that comes up is thinner and clearer. You can eat radishes raw in salads, or pickle them for a tangy side dish. Even radish greens work. Chop them up and add them to soups. The spicier the radish, the more decongestant power it has. Chili peppers are your sinus floodgates. The capsaicin in peppers doesn't just make your mouth hot, it opens up drainage pathways you didn't even know were blocked. When you eat something spicy, your nose starts running, right? That's capsaicin doing its job. It's forcing your sinuses to drain. For people with chronic mucus buildup, this is exactly what you need. Those blocked passages finally open up. Mucus that's been sitting in your sinuses for weeks suddenly has a way out. Your body can clear itself naturally instead of letting everything build up and drip down your throat at night. You don't need to eat fire. A little cayenne pepper in your soup works. Or add some jalapenos to your eggs. Even a tiny pinch of red pepper flakes on your vegetables helps. Start small and work up to what you can handle. Finally, leafy greens. These are your inflammation fighters. Spinach, kale, arugula, and Swiss chard don't just support your heart, they also support your liver and gut. When these organs work better, your whole body handles inflammation differently. Here's why this matters for mucus. Chronic inflammation is like having a low-grade fire burning in your body. Your immune system stays on high alert. It keeps making thick, sticky mucus as protection. But when you eat leafy greens regularly, you give your liver the nutrients it needs to process inflammation better. Your gut gets healthier, that low-grade fire starts to cool down. When inflammation drops, your body stops making emergency mucus. It goes back to making normal, thin mucus that clears easily. Your morning throat clearing gets less frequent. Your chest feels lighter. Aim for a big handful of leafy greens every day, raw in salads, sautéed with garlic, or blended into smoothies. The darker the green, the more anti-inflammatory power it has. Here's the thing about these vegetables. They work better together than alone. Onions break up the mucus. Radishes flush it out. Peppers open the drainage. Greens calm the inflammation that caused the problem in the first place. Most people try one thing at a time. They eat some onions for a few days, don't see magic results, and give up. But your mucus problem didn't develop overnight. It won't disappear overnight either. You need a complete approach. Here's exactly how to put this into action. Many call it the clear breath protocol. 5 simple steps that work together to stop that morning mucus before it starts. Step 1 is the onion method. You need to get onion into your system every single day. But here's the trick most people miss. Raw onion gives you maximum mucus clearing power, but it can be harsh on your stomach. Lightly cooked onion is gentler but still effective. Here's what works best. Dice half a raw onion and let it sit for 10 minutes. This activates the sulfur compounds, then add it to your salad or sandwich. If raw onion bothers you, saute a whole onion in a little olive oil until it's soft and golden. Don't cook it until it's brown and mushy. You want it soft but still with some bite. Eat onion with your biggest meal of the day. If you eat it at lunch, it has all afternoon to work on thinning your mucus. By evening, your throat already feels clearer. If you eat it at dinner, make sure it's at least 3 hours before bed. You don't want onion breath keeping you awake. Step 2 is the elevation hack. Stop sleeping flat on your back. Even one extra pillow makes a difference, but a wedge pillow is better. You want your head and chest raised about 6 inches higher than your stomach. This isn't about comfort, it's about physics. When your upper body is elevated, gravity keeps stomach acid where it belongs. Mucus drains out of your sinuses instead of pooling in your throat. You wake up with a clearer chest and less throat clearing. If a wedge pillow feels too steep, start with an extra regular pillow. Put it under your mattress at the head of your bed. This creates a gentle slope instead of a sharp angle. You'll barely notice it, but your throat will thank you. Step 3 is smart hydration timing. Drinking water is good, but when you drink it matters more than you think. Here's the schedule that works. Drink a full glass of water as soon as you wake up. This thins any mucus that built up overnight and makes it easier to clear. Drink another glass 30 minutes before each meal. This helps your body make the right kind of mucus instead of thick, sticky emergency mucus. But here's the key. Stop drinking large amounts of water 2 hours before bed. You want to stay hydrated, but you don't want to wake up needing the bathroom. That disrupts your sleep, and poor sleep makes mucus problems worse. If you get thirsty before bed, take small sips. Just enough to wet your mouth, not enough to fill your bladder. Step 4 is the dinner deadline. No eating within 3 hours of bedtime. This is non-negotiable if you want to stop morning mucus. When you eat close to bedtime, food sits in your stomach while you lie down. Stomach acid creeps up toward your throat. Your throat gets irritated and makes protective mucus all night long. By morning, you're coughing up the results. If you usually eat dinner at 8 and go to bed at 10, you need to change something. Either eat dinner at 7 or go to bed at 11. 3 hours minimum between your last bite and lying down. And watch what you eat at dinner. Tomato sauce, chocolate, citrus, and spicy foods all increase acid production. Save these for lunch when you'll be upright for hours afterward. Step 5 is the morning routine. The first 30 minutes after you wake up set the tone for your entire day. Here's what works. First, drink that glass of water while you're still in bed. This starts thinning mucus immediately. Then sit on the edge of your bed for 2 minutes before standing up. This gives your sinuses time to adjust to being upright. Next, do some gentle neck stretches. Look up at the ceiling, then down at your chest. Turn your head left and right. This helps drain any mucus that's still sitting in your sinuses. Finally, eat something with one of your mucus-fighting vegetables, scrambled eggs with diced onion, toast with sliced radish, a smoothie with spinach, and a pinch of cayenne. Get those compounds working early in the day. Most people make the mistake of trying one step at a time. They elevate their bed but keep eating dinner late. Or they drink more water but skip the vegetables. The protocol works because all 5 steps support each other. Give it 2 weeks. That's how long it takes to see real results. Your mucus will get thinner, your morning throat clearing will get easier, your chest will feel lighter all day long. So here's what this means for your mornings. No more waking up with that thick, sticky feeling in your throat. No more spending the first hour of your day coughing and clearing. No more avoiding conversations because you sound congested. This isn't just about feeling better. It's about taking control of something you thought you had to live with. That morning, mucus isn't aging. It's not inevitable. It's your body responding to specific problems that have specific solutions. The onion, radishes, chili peppers, and leafy greens aren't magic. They're tools. Tools that work with your body instead of against it. When you use them consistently with the clear breath protocol, you're giving your throat, sinuses, and gut exactly what they need to function properly. In 2 weeks, you'll notice the difference. Your mucus gets thinner, your throat feels clearer, your breathing gets easier. People around you will notice too. You'll stop that constant throat clearing that drives everyone crazy. But here's the real transformation. You'll wake up feeling ready for the day instead of fighting your body first thing in the morning. That changes everything: your energy, your mood, your confidence. If you're ready to breathe clear and start your mornings right, hit that subscribe button. We're here with more natural solutions that actually work after 60. Real answers for real problems that doctors often dismiss as just getting older. Your health isn't something that just happens to you, it's something you can influence every single day with the right knowledge. And now you have it.